and the new Mitsubishi Magna 3.5, the next generation.
Well, Graham, you coached the Crows. You've spent a lifetime hating Port Adelaide, and your son makes his debut for Port against the Crows.
No, the irony of football, but look, I just sit up here and soak in the nerves and let it flow in front of me. I think that's the only way to handle it, Drew.
Well, let's look at the tactics. And the Crows have won the flag in the last couple of years by their run from half-back.
And Peter Caven's the key there, and he's been missing in a couple of games, and they haven't had the fluent run, and therefore they haven't generated the goal-scoring opportunities. A little bit better last year, but it's fair to say Benny Hart's been in good form. But Simon Goodwin, who has missed a bit with injury, they've missed that run and the absolute penetration. You see how easy it is to kick a goal when they do that. They'll be looking to improve that because it hasn't quite been on song, even though they won by 81 points last week.
Andrew Eccles, been a wonderful acquisition, young Victorian who was drafted over here, number 2 in their disposals.
My word, it looks a bit casual at times, Drew, but he's a class player, gets the ball and uses it well.
Now, the Power use the possession brand of footy.
A bit new this year. They normally go long and direct, but they've been not unhappy to share the ball out wide with the short kick and throw it around with handball. When it works, it's almost unstoppable, but in the last couple of weeks, the opposition's been able to shut them down, cause the turnover a little bit. I think they'll probably go a little bit longer today. They've just been using the ball a bit too much.
Well, it certainly worked all right there. And there is your young boy, Chad.
That's actually Matthew Bode.
Oh, so it is.
Everyone gets us mixed up. It's Matty Bode would be a little bit happy. There's Chad, 35. So he was pretty toey, I suppose, leading up to the game. But you'll just have to wait and see.
All right, so we're about to go with Showdown 5. Good luck with the family today, you up here and Chad down there. And let's have a look at the history of these games between the two sides. This is the 5th showdown between Adelaide and Port Power. Showdown 1 was staged in front of more than 47,000 screaming fans. And despite a 7-goal haul by Tony Modra, the Power upstaged their more fancied opponents and won their historic first encounter by 11 points. Adelaide levelled the ledger in the 2nd showdown when they recorded a stirring come-from-behind victory. The Power led all day until the Crows hit the front with 3 minutes to go, courtesy of a Troy Bond goal. Showdown 3 and youngster Adam Kingsley displayed dazzling skills to help the Power overcome the reigning premiers in a low-scoring affair. Showdown 4 was a blowout. Adelaide thumped the Power by 74 points, with Peter Vardy in awesome form, booting 7 goals from 14 scoring shots. With the tally standing at 2-2 and both sides having recorded 3 victories for season 99, the stage has been set. Join us at Football Park after the breaks for Showdown 5.
Out here we've got 6,000 sheep and 148,000 hectares, and I'm mostly here on my own. A few years ago I started working with a phone company, and now with a satellite telephone I can dial up to the satellite back to a bore and actually turn pumps off and on and control the water. Marvellous stuff. Now the same mob is experimenting with putting little cameras out there. Makes my life a lot easier. I can monitor boreholes from here now. It links up to the satellite, back to the tower, and it turns the cameras on. Look at this, you fellas. Pump on. Sheep drink.
Oh, come on.
When you look at it, this is really just the beginning. Just the beginning.
How can a humble spud help thousands of seriously ill children? Come to McDonald's during McHappy Month, and 10 cents from Australia's favourite large fries goes to help our small fry.
Courier this urgently, Jones. It's got to be there tomorrow.
For guaranteed next business day delivery.
Jones, courier. Spare no expense.
At a fraction of the cost of a courier, there's a range of prepaid express post envelopes and satchels.
Now, these courier costs.
They're Jones' department, sir.
They're down. Keep it up.
For cheaper next business day delivery with a guarantee, don't use a courier. Use express post from Australia Post.
Here's a family who wants to enhance their outdoor living area and add value to their home with a new deck and garden. And here's the Mitre 10 specialist.
40-tooth blade, the more teeth on the blade, the finer the cut. So the tooth is...
From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
Dad, my cup of tea!
What's here?
The Mitre 10 truck.
Again, cool pie.
The Great Southern Pie, the only official pie of the AFL.
Regain 2% is the only medically proven treatment for hereditary hair loss in both men and women. Used twice a day, it helps slow or stop hereditary hair loss in 8 out of 10 people. Your pharmacist will advise you whether this preparation is suitable for your condition.
Break a family tradition. Keep your hair.
What could a dog be saying to you? Find out how you can read a dog's tail. And 2 sunburned little pigs. And the simple cure, if Harry can catch them.
Stick with dogs and cats and everything else but pigs.
Harry's Practice.
Then, tonight at 7.
Do you like fish?
Yeah.
Whether they're going fishing with Rex,
Thank you very much.
or going head-to-head with giants, anything can happen.
Do you have any pets?
Some goldfish that are dead.
Kids Speak, tonight at 7 on 7.
And welcome back to Football Park, where the crowd will be something over 45,000 here today for Showdown 5 on a perfect day for football. Light breeze blowing across the ground in beautiful condition. And, well, what a day it should be. Let's go down to the boundary and our boys who are in opposite camps.
Yeah, well, it promised to be a great game, this one. The big key to watch for in the early stages, how many matchups is Mark Williams going to start with? Malcolm Blight won't start with any, just the normal defensive pattern in defence.
Kills a good feeling in the Port Adelaide rooms. The word is they're looking for someone to stand up, whether it's Brendan Lade, whether it's Warren Treadray. They need a big man to stand up, throw his weight around.
You'll need more than that.
And they should be fine. Kills reckons they're all right. Kills, Nigel Smart.
On the bench.
What's happened?
You've got a very good team if you can put a Nigel Smart on the bench.
Back to you.
So it's on, even off the ground. And it's a chance to welcome this afternoon Doug Hawkins. On your Hawk.
G'day there, Bruce. How are you? Drew, how are you, Drew? Drew Gauzy. What a great... I keep calling you Bruce. How are you there, Drew?
Good, mate. Excellent.
Very great game. I'm going to tip straight away. I'm going for Port Adelaide. Port Power for me.
Gee, it'd be close, I think, Doug. Interestingly, Gavin Wanganeen's gone straight on to Andrew McLeod. That will be a classic matchup, that one.
Mark Bickley won the toss for the Crows, and Adelaide will go left to right in the first quarter. Matchups will be pretty tight early, and this will be a grand final type start. Well, Lade wins the first hit out, gets it going Port's way. Chopped off by Costa. His hand pass is knocked down. It comes out towards the wing. Shows good desperation. Burgoyne crunches into him. It's Bills to Franco. His kick up short of the 50. Hands to it hard, but couldn't complete the mark. Bickley's back there. Beats a tackle. Oh, great hand pass. Magnificent hand pass out to James. Bit of a fumble by Costa. It'll be a hot footy early, but Costa was good enough. Gee, that hand pass was Australia by Johnson. Aren't they throwing themselves in?
Oh, geez, I tell you what, the umpire's prepared to let it go too. There's not much love lost. Port Adelaide have had a bit of criticism, mainly from Gary Hocking in recent weeks. They're saying basically if you can put the pressure of the body on them early, you might be able to unsettle them. Maybe Adelaide's trying the same sort of tactics.
French and Pittman in ruck. Hurry ball out there by Brewer. Doesn't cover any distance at all. Cleared by Caven over the centre wing. And an excellent mark is taken down there by Lade. Just behind the wing. They can run it through the middle. This looks good. Mead up from centre half back. Is kicked to half forward. Treadray outnumbered. Mark got paid in front to Pittman. Play on. Brewer's hand pass to New. First score of the game is on line behind.
Yeah, certainly should have kicked that goal, Stuart. You had plenty of opportunity on that occasion to kick the goal. Just a couple of matchups here. Darren Jarman's been picked up by Michael Wilson. Paxman's got the job on Mark Stevens, who last week kicked 6 goals. And Darren Mead, who's playing his 50th game, has got Matthew Robin, who's playing the centre half forward.
Nigel Smart again for the second week in a row, starting on the bench. All-Australian and runner-up in the best and fairest last year. Bassett's kick in, punched away from behind by Lade. Oh, great tackle. Kingsley, ball's built free, but goes back into the pack. Dickey gets it out. Cockatoo Collins. Long to the goal square. Treadray the only chance. And knocked through by Bassett for another behind to the power.
Interesting too, Drew, that Brendan Lade's doing the knock-ruck work against David Pittman, and Barnaby French, who played so well in the ruck last week against Melbourne, is playing at centre half forward.
Oh, this kick won't be touched. Well, that's a free kick inside 50.
Jared Schofield too, he's their leading goal kicker. You don't want to give him too many opportunities with the ball inside 50.
That was a shocker by Bassett. Schofield, who kicked 5 goals in the opening round against the Swans. Short. Oh, Frank should have taken the mark. He's got it again. Well done, George Franco. just offline. And another behind.
Well, they've started well. They're at the ball first, and they obviously want to set the tempo of this game. A couple of shots for goals that you'd think they'd normally get. And
pretty hard shot, that one, Cornsey, but over the shoulder.
Thank you, Doug.
It was a hard shot over his shoulder, Frank.
What about Nathan Bassett? His last kick went out of bounds without being touched. Might have the jitters for this one. He keeps it well away from the boundary line. Looking for Rashudo. Can't take the mark. He's under a lot of pressure. It comes back to him. Rashudo's hand pass is magnificent. Gets it up to Carson. They're off and running. Pittman keeps the ball low. They're inside 50 for the first time. Bond. Kingsley can't break the tackle. Spills to Robran. The centering kick. Here's McLeod. Pressure by Wanganeen. Ball socket off the ground outside the 50. Stevens. Great pressure here. Comes to Tyson. Hand pass out. Costa. Skirts around. 49 metres. In the goal square, offline. Now, through for a behind.
What a matchup that is.
Yep.
Troy Bond and Shane Bond. Now, how would Mr. and Mrs. Bond be watching that one? Brother against brother. Now, that doesn't happen all that often.
Grant, what do you think about Mark Rashudo, one of the best midfielders in the competition, playing on the half-back flank?
Well, he played very well there last week, Doug. His form hasn't been, as we know, Mark's can be, but he really had a good game off the half-back flank last week.
Gives him plenty of drive from there, doesn't he?
I think so.
So Shane Bond takes the kick in, goes to Lade. He puts it out in front on the wing. Dickey. Plenty of space in front. He can have another bounce if he likes. Kick by Donald Dickey. Long for Treadray. Well done, Bassett. Treadray's hand pass is intercepted and the ball's over the line.
Yeah, Nathan Bassett is surprisingly strong. He doesn't look like a huge man, but he takes front position and he presses back against the full forward. And you saw that example there when Treadray just wasn't able to take the mark because of the pressure of the body.
Top day here in Adelaide. Slight breeze left to right, but not much to speak about. Schofield was over the ball. It's a real scrap in there. Goodwin thrown to the deck. And the umpire will ball it up. Neil Curley.
Yeah, Drew, an impressive start by Port Pal. They are working into a slight breeze, but the big thing is, can they keep the intensity up all day?
And often you see a team has all the play and doesn't capitalise on the scoreboard. The opposition goes down and kicks a goal quickly.
Brewer, Franco, Kingsley from wide out, across the face.
Oh, good cockatoo, Collins.
It's a free kick. He's played against Cockatoo Collins.
Yeah, pushed his opponent out.
Yeah. Looks like Goodwin, I think, down there, Drew.
Yeah, classy player.
He comes short into Bassett. So, 3 behinds to 1.
Nathan Bassett, he's kicking, just letting him down a little bit at the moment. Shane Brewer back after a lot of soft tissue injuries.
Kingsley. Best and fairest last year, trying to get around the man on the mark, failed to do so, and Mead, you're hits of other son. Lade is there. Mead has to go back. Well, Kingsley didn't do it well, and they've turned the ball over. Robran, beautiful pass. Bond. Troy Bond in front of Shane. The kick by Bond. Top line. Stevens.
He is a revelation this week and last week. He's second on their goal kicking list. He's got 6 for the year. He kicked them all last week. He went to full forward, and the thing about his game is that he demanded the ball. He led strongly at the right time, and when it came to his area, he hit through it. And that mark there is just a classical example of that, Dougie.
No doubt, Cornsey. And last week he played on a quality play in Andrew Dunkley, put him away in straight sets.
Who's that?
Looks like Darren Jarman might be hurt in that marking contest. He hasn't been near it yet. Stevens from 49 metres. First goal of the game.
Things are running wild at the Taylors.
We don't know anything about raising 2 girls.
Excuse me, someone in this room was a girl once.
It was years ago before the operation. I promise you wouldn't bring that up again.
Home Improvement at 7:30. Then at 8, Sally wants to get naked.
I've decided to pose for Playpen.
Lucky Harry's got all the right moves.
All of a sudden, you see your boob! It makes my blood run cold. My angel is a centerfold.
Third Rock tonight after Home Improvement.
So Mark Stevens, 6 goals, 3 last week, and getting the first goal of the game today. cruel for the Power, who have done most of the attacking. Back in the middle, Pittman over the top, and helps it up again with that glove fist. And passing across the ground through Stevens, it goes, comes out wide. Wilson is kicked to half forward. French couldn't get to the football, comes to Costa. Spills to Caven, round the corner he goes. Franco's been in everything early. Schofield floats one over the top to Kingsley, 70 metres from goal. Adam Kingsley in the hole in front of goal. Ooh, they wanted a crumb of their port. They've got a chance now. Treadray offline, another behind.
Oh, and Shea Cockatoo-Collins puts his hands on his head, said I was clear, I wanted the handball. But a full forward or a goal-kicking player inside 25, Doug, you see the goals, you go for them, don't you?
Yeah, you certainly do, Corns. You know that about that. And the thing about Treadway, I mean, if ever going to be critical of his footballs, the way he kicks for goal, particularly from set shots, he's got to get back himself plenty of room.
Yeah, 9 goals 9 this year, or 9 goals 10 now.
So Goodwin kicking in. Maybe Bassett's been sacked.
Simon Goodwin is a very good kick.
Straight up the centre, nowhere near the boundary line. It could be a dangerous part of the ground if Port get it. Well, they get it through a free kick. Brendan Lade takes it, keeps it low, on the bounce to Cockatoo-Collins. Actually, he's doing the shepherding and clearing a path for his teammate. Over the shoulder, says the umpire, against Cockatoo-Collins.
Yeah, so he's been unlucky. He wanted to protect his teammate. Both of them looked to shepherd, actually. Neither of them realised the ball was there to contest.
So Hart to take the free, still in the back pocket. Pittman and Lade. Good punch by Lade from behind. Comes to Rashudo, leading possession winner last week. Takes it all the way to the line. Well, he was fantastic last week with 30 touches.
Just trying to work out a couple of midfield matchups here. It looks like Schofield and Johnson are going together. Burcoin's playing forward, picked up by Bickley, and Kingsley and Costa going neck to neck.
Pittman gets rid of his opponent. Franco's been in everything. And pass to Dickey. This looks good to Dew. Mark this one down for a goal. It's home.
Well, they're sharing the ball around. And getting on the end of it, Stuart Dew, he's still only a young man, like 19 and a half years age, but Franco with his leg power and ability to break through, Donald Dickey with quick hands, and Stuart Dew on that left leg, he penetrates and he's accurate. It's the reply that Port Adelaide wanted.
Good player, Dew, and he can go forward and can play back, and the good thing about him, he can kick the ball very, very long.
Oh, his kicking is exceptional, Doug. And Mark Rashudo's probably going to have his hands full.
Back in the middle, it's going Adelaide's way. Pittman tries to follow up with it. In tough there was Burgoyne. Oh, they've turned it over now. Towards full forward. Oh, Wilson, where Angels fear to tread.
Well, that's the Port Adelaide tradition. They like to see them hit in hard. And he made the contest fiercely. Big Matthew Golding waiting to come on.
Robrin. Lade got a fist to it. They haven't cleared the area yet. Look out, here's trouble. McLeod!
Well, here it is. The next generation Magna.
Impressive.
There's more drive ahead and legroom than Falcon. And plenty of space for the whole family. And the new 3.5-litre V6 generates the same power as the Commodore's 3.8. So, technology, security, space, and power. When you think about it, choosing any other family car would be, illogical.
New Magna 3.5, the next generation. It is Mitsubishi.
Andrew McLeod gets the Crows second, and they lead by 3 points. Good jump by Lade. Eccles going through the centre circle. And just on the ground is Golden, and they're off and running again. McLeod, the goal kicker, he's happy to go backwards, so he can go forwards. And look at the penetration of the kick. Bowled over by Burgoyne after he disposed. Relay free.
Yes, but he didn't have to do it. The enthusiasm of the young man, he just wanted to make his presence felt when he actually got there, but he was seconds late. Andrew McLeod just makes him look a little bit silly. He's chased him well, but didn't stop when he should have.
McLeod just conned him, I reckon, there, Graham. I think his last 2 steps, he sort of slowed down to get him a chance to kick the ball correctly, which forced Burgoyne to keep coming at him.
So Troy Bond, with his brother standing the mark, trying to goal from outside 50. Not quite. Bit of a hook on that and a behind.
Yes, well, he's normally a very good kick, and with that breeze slightly over his right-hand shoulder, it was worth a go.
Yeah, I wonder what sort of breeze it is. Maybe a 2 or 3 goal breeze. They seem to struggle going into the wind there, Graham, the Port Adelaide side.
Yeah, but the flags and the windsock aren't that
what about we ask the boys down there?
Curls.
Yes, boys.
What's the wind like, mate? 2 or 3 goals down there?
I'd say a couple, but it's strange with this ground. It's a bit like the MCG, Hawk. You can work into it.
So Pittman off the ground after about 11 or 12 minutes for Golding, the youngster. And here he is in the action. Costa double teamed and thrown to the ground.
Yeah, it was a good shot of the endeavour. Kimmy Costa is an at-it player. The Port Adelaide players gang tackled him. They weren't going to let him get away with it.
Ball thrown up on the logo. Well, that's against you, French.
Barnaby, a bit over-ambitious, I think, Barney.
Golding, his first game last week. He kicks towards the 50. Robin in the chop. Huge pack gathers. Bit of a fumble by Costa. Now he lines up the goals and puts it to the goal square. Jarman came from nowhere. Couldn't quite complete the mark. Stevens.
Yes, and unlike Darren Jarman, you'd normally expect him to gobble those. Just lost it somehow while the Bond boys were struggling in the background.
So in the forward pocket for the Crows. Bond and Bond.
Tell you what, Grant, it's a big job for Michael Wilson. He played a lot of football, particularly up in the midfield. Now he's going to play deep in the back line. I mean, he makes a couple of mistakes. Jarman will absolutely make him cop it.
He's the sort of player that matches up well on Darren Jarman, though, a half-back flank type.
Lade takes clean possession. Burgoyne away to Mead. And the power can run it out. Nobody coming to Darren Mead. So he has the luxury of a bounce. Good kick to Schofield on centre wing. Abba?
Yeah, Michael Wilson, I think of Darren Jarman, the last showdown last year, and D. Jarman, just a bit too much experience in that game, but it's easy when you turn in front.
Pocket to Collins, good mark. Off to Kingsley. Out in front of goals. French gets back there, makes a contest of it, forces the mistake. Dew is there. Well done, Stewie Dew. He was on the ground and just flipped the ball out. And now the umpire will have to ball it up.
Yeah, when Kingsley sprinting through the 50-metre area, there was no presence at full forward. They're just playing too far away from goal. Cockatoo Collins is playing at full forward, and he and Treadray both moving too far up the ground.
Rose by 4 points, but Port in attack. Kingsley can't hook it back. Out on the full.
What happens there, I think, Graham, when Cockatoo Collins comes up the ground and Warren Treadray, looks like Barnaby French is playing centre-half forward. He's got to push back. On that occasion, he got caught in centre-half forward. He should have got back into that goal square and gave Kingsley a chance to someone to kick to.
Come in short.
And McLeod's actually started in the forward pocket. He's having a run on the ball now. He's changed with Kane Johnson.
So Andrew McLeod, medalist both times in their premiership. Just short of the wing. Punch to the front. Tyson tries to rope it, but the ball's out of bounds. Abba?
You mentioned Kane Johnson going back to arrest Andrew McLeod on the ball. That leaves Gavin Wanganeen back there. I think it would frustrate Gavin just sitting back there watching Andrew McLeod up there, because I'm sure he'd relish the challenge of running with him all day.
And I think the Crows match committee will be pretty happy to get Gavin Wanganeen in the back pocket rather than the cross half back.
Lane doing well. That ball was a cruel bounce for Franco. Costa gets back. Caven. And Caven takes it to the line.
Yeah, no doubt, Graham. Gavin Wanganeen certainly back deep into the back line. Lacks that drive, which certainly has been given Port Adelaide side, particularly early in this season.
If we can get a shot of him, you can see he's wanting to get out there.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to stay there.
Clean possession by Treadray. His hand pass was blocked. Then he knocks the ball up the ground. Franco's had 5 touches early. Great skills by Burgoyne. Then he bumbles the kick inside the 50. Prosciutto. Boot to ball. That's okay. It sits up nicely. James into Hart. Hart's kick. Beautiful. Johnson. Hart kept going. Jarman in front. Just a little bit too high for him. At the back, Paxman floats the hand pass away. Stevens Nick Stevens out of defence, but he was just pulled off by the other Stevens. Driven forward to full forward. Bond against Bond. What a highlight. And the ball out of play.
That was a classic example of the full forward working and fighting to keep the ball in the area. Mark Stevens against young Nick Stevens. Young Stevens should have been able to run away from him, but the desperation to tackle, pull him off balance, gave Adelaide another opportunity to attack. Tremendous stuff by Mark Stevens.
Chance for the Crows here. Robert! Gary Edwards score!
Hi, Kath. How are you? What? Really? Oh, now you have to tell me what happened. And then he said what?
Want a whole night's entertainment for $3? With Telstra STD, you'll pay no more than $3 a call to anywhere in Australia between 7 p.m. and midnight, Monday to Friday, all year round.
Hang on, Kath. Someone's at the door.
Well, Port have had a lot of the play, but it's 5 scoring shots each, but a 10-point lead to the Crows. Lade flipped the ball forward in the middle, get it clear. Stevens here against Bickley. Bickley with strength, upper body strength, got rid of him to Costa. Oh, great stuff, Wilson. Head-on collision, he knew it was coming, so he took it on. And not for the first time today, Michael Wilson. Look at this. Boom.
Well, he's a good gutsy young man, and interesting. Port Adelaide have changed Treadray and French around. French has gone to full forward. Treadray's come out to centre half forward.
Lade, another hit out, but it goes to Costa. Jarman.
Yeah, Michael Wilson is actually unsettling Darren Jarman a little bit. You can see he's just lost his cool a bit. He's had his hands to the ball, not being able to take it cleanly because of the pressure of Michael Wilson.
Jarman, one kick so far. Kingsley's had a lot of the football, and round the boundary line he goes to Treadray.
And Treadray again taking a mark closer to the wing than to the goals.
Cockatoo Collins the only hope, and he nearly came down with it. Well played.
Yeah.
Burgoyne with pace. Oh, it bounces across the face of goal. No score. It's still in. Prosciutto over his shoulder to Hart. Now you see it, now you don't. Not a great kick by Hart. Still a chance here for the Power. Dickey, 49 metres out. Right to the line. Oh, big leap. Magnificent leap by Cockatoo Collins.
Yes, they just can't make the Crows pay on the scoreboard. They're getting into the 50-metre area often enough.
In this game, Graham, I think they're going to look at the game put out and say, gee, if we kicked a few goals early, so they could be probably 3 or 4 goals up here at quarter time.
Instead of that, they're 9 points down. Centre wing. And a beautiful mark taken by the youngster Gallagher. Centering pass is good to the skipper, Bickley. Here's young Golding. Long to full forward. Ball Port. And Bond takes the mark. It's going to get confusing here. That's Shane Bond for Port. Wide for Dickey.
Oh, he didn't chase it hard enough, did he?
I thought he had more space, I reckon, on Eccles.
That's deliberate, no doubt.
Yep.
Yeah, Donald Dickey would look at that. He wouldn't be happy. He had the chance to really power after the ball. Gave Andrew Eccles the opportunity to close him down, and then in desperation just tapped it out. Tyson Edwards. He's had a very good year. Very athletic player. Perhaps underrated even this year.
He's taken the mark just inside the 50. Goes short to Bond, who's crunched by his brother. And now Wanganeen has it for Port.
Well, where's he going to go here?
Oh! Just over the head of Robrin. But this is still inside the 50. Gallagher, Robrin, and the ball out of play.
Michael Wilson again taking him on. Gavin Wanganeen attempted to switch play, but just ran himself into trouble. There was no option forward of the ball for him.
You've got to be able to find a target there. I think you're going to switch the play, and Gavin knows better than that.
Mead with a big thump to the line. Now we hear that Costa has been taken into the room, shoulder injury apparently.
You missed that.
See that happen?
Yeah, well, David Gallagher's on the ground, so I'd imagine that's why. And he's gone straight to Adam Kingsley. That's where Costa was playing.
On the attacking 50 for the Crows. Bickley, Burgoyne. I love watching this boy. He lost it this time. Down goes Johnson. The umpire will ball it up. Well, it has started like a final, hasn't it? The desperation, a few fumbles, but it is a red-hot ball, this one.
Yeah, no doubt, Drew. It looks like now Darren Mead's playing a a kick behind play because Robin, his opponent, now has gone into the ruck.
He's just doing it across half forward, Dougie, I think.
Yep.
Oh, this is fantastic. Kick right towards the line by Tyson.
And you saw the advantage of that with Darren Mead being able to take up position in front of Tyson Edwards. Robin did the ruck work, his immediate opponent. And Kimmy Costa being worked. He doesn't look in too much pain, but obviously a shoulder.
Once again, Mead goes for the line. Let's have a look at an incident where maybe Costa has done this shoulder here. Crunch, well, Dickey was in there hard.
That's the tackle driving the right shoulder into the ground.
Curls?
Yeah, AC joint slightly damaged. They're going to strap it and see how he goes.
Bond circling. Well, Johnson across the ground, along the ground. Wilson overruns. Mead good. Pokes it wide to Nick Stevens. There's a bit of space out here for the foul. Kick by Stevens towards half forward. Franco, very good. George Franco.
Drew, I was watching him. He ran so strongly to make position for that. And Benny Hart, his opponent, is not slow. It's a good example of hard running to receive the ball. Josh Franco, very quick legs, good power through the ball.
Coming up.
But again, nothing offering it forward.
So he has to put it up to a contest, but that's okay. Kingsley on the 50.
Into the breeze. Unfortunately, just won't quite get there.
Lead in short by Treadray. Now out towards the pocket by French.
Oh, Barnaby.
Well, it's not a circus, so the juggle wasn't paid. Goodwin out of trouble. Onto the chest of Prosciutto. Roo, they call. Certainly not booing him. Look at that kick. James had found a fumble. Hart up from defence. This will be a goal. Ben Hart, what a goal!
Here's a family who wants to enhance their outdoor living area and add value to their home with a new deck and garden. And here's the Mitre 10 specialist.
40-tooth blade, the more teeth on the blade, the finer the cut. So the tooth.
What was that?
From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
Dad, we're going for tea.
What's here?
The Mitre 10 truck.
We talked about the Crows run out of the back line in their premiership years. That's not bad, that one.
Benny Hart did well. It's his first goal for the year, and when the half-back line players start kicking goals, you know you're going to have a pretty good day.
Kane Johnson. And now that Gallagher's come into the lineup, it's a commentator's nightmare. Johnson and Gallagher.
I just reckon the Port Adelaide forward line, I'd try French in the ruck. He was good last week. Put Lade down now. I mean, he's got the opportunity to play it half forward and really grab this game by the scruff of the neck.
Lade winning a lot of hit-outs.
But it hasn't really hurt Adelaide in the ruck, and I don't think the midfield players have been able to get the possession, and we saw that goal that Matthew Rodman was able to conjure up from a throw-in.
So Lade will give him another one for this. Comes to Franco again. He kicks it backwards. Spun in the tackle. And Lade gets back to take the mark.
It's his first mark.
Stevens. Poor old kick. Polk. Kick didn't travel the distance, but they were able to recover okay. Cave, a beautiful hand pass to Johnson. Through centre wing. What a kick to Bond. 50-metre precision. Troy Bond, too far out to score. Looking to put it to the top of the square. Robrin's there. Comes to Robrin. And a snap. This is close. Edwards. Yes!
Well, watch Matthew Robrin here. He makes the contest. He comes to the left-hand handball. It's an unusual football. It's a left-hand handball from a right-footed player, but Troy Bond waited, kicked to the contest in the end. Robrin was up, but was able to recover the ball when it came down. Watch the handball, left-hand handball. Tyson Edwards, not much to look at. Got it in the air, let the air do the work, if you like.
In the moment, Graham, you see Jared Polton come forward twice. Good work by running down the ground, but his kick to his teammate missed his target, turned the ball over, and just great foot disposal by the Adelaide side. That's been the difference so far.
No, Port Adelaide wasting the ball when they're going forward. There's no doubt about that.
Well, just quietly, if that's a goal, I'll go E. Even the crowd behind, they were silent.
Oh, do you want to see it again?
Yeah.
Looked like a goal from here.
Up towards the 50. Treadray. Franco. All over the place, Josh Franco. Goes very wide with his kick. Cockatoo Collins. Oh, no.
They're going too wide coming through half forward. Curls?
Yes, I think Malcolm Blight's been very patient with young James. Franco is picking up a lot of football at this stage.
You're a good judge of goals. Was that a goal, Curls?
Yes, a goal from here.
Was it?
Yes.
Franco's had 5 kicks and 3 handballs. Brett James has had the 4 handballs.
You reckon Curls would say it wasn't a goal, Drew?
Well,
I don't think so.
What helped me decide it wasn't a goal was that everyone behind the goals were quiet. And I'm sure they'd have been cheering like mad if they'd reckoned it was a goal.
Let's have a look at it.
Here we go.
Here we go. Matthew Robin does well. Just a little left-hand handball. Oh, Drew, that's a goal. That's a goal. Is it?
What did we get happy about?
It's a
4 cheer squad down there, Drew.
Well, it's coming back to centre wing. And Kingsley to take it just forward of the wing.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go of this first quarter. Port Adelaide just need a goal to give them some heart. They've gone forward often enough.
They've had 6 scoring shots to 7, so they've plenty of opportunity.
But again, going wide across half forward.
Need to finish this quarter with at least one. But they're probably not going to get it. Here's Bassett got up the ground. Good mark.
I think the big problem with their forward line, Warren Treadway being so far up the ground, he hurts you more when he's back at full forward, not at centre half forward. Got to make a change, Mark Williams there.
Hard out to Goodwin. And his kick towards centre wing. Tyson couldn't take the mark. He might be helped out by James here. He softens up for himself. Waits for a bit of support. Clock ticks down. Looked like a dead ball. It was so slow there.
Yeah, well, his first instinct is normally the handball, but Jarman's made something out of nothing here.
Back to Johnson. He goes forward to the pack. Back to Jarman. On to Robin. Can't beat the tackler. Little hand pass. Sock it away. And a bit fortunate. Comes to Dickey. Kick by Dickey up towards centre wing. Treadray a long way up the ground. Tackle around the neck.
Yes, I think you're trying to be a bit more subtle, Peter Caveman. The Adelaide crowd don't like it, but the hand was right over the shoulder.
In the last minute, this is close to out of bounds, and is out of bounds on the full. Haven't they been wasted the pack?
No doubt, I just said before, Warren Treadway's a terrific player. He's better suited full forward, not up beyond the wing taking his marks.
Barnaby French, not a natural instinctive forward. Barnaby's probably not even a natural instinctive footballer, having come from rowing. He's just playing on guts.
Well, Nigel Smart's on the ground. He'll only be there for 20 seconds before the siren. Cockatoo Collins. Yeah. Again, they've gone a little bit sideways. Franco. Oh, he dropped the sitter. They've got time to get a goal, but he's dragged down in the tackle. The goals are up there, Port. Go camera left. That's better.
And Shea Cockatoo Collins has got the ball. The siren's going to go, but he does have a chance to get some result from Port Adelaide's effort. The effort and endeavour is there. The execution has not been good enough.
Just they're used to the football play. Port Adelaide going forward, they've been chipped around. Last year they were very direct and kicked the ball long and gave their forwards a chance to be one-on-one. That's what they've got to do.
Shea Cockatoo Collins has taken plenty of time over this. It'll be well after the siren. Do Port need it? They're 1-5.
But if he kicks the goal, Drew, Port Adelaide are very much in the game.
Well, it'll be a lifter going into the quarter-time huddle, that's for sure. Right in front, 40 metres, gets it.
Well, that's exactly what they wanted. They've had a lot of effort. They've gone wide. They've wasted the ball going forward, and they've had the 7 scoring shots to the same number as the Crows. Crows 5-2, Port Adelaide 2-5. But it just keeps them in touch. It gives them some heart. They'll turn into the second quarter with the breeze. And I'm sure Mark Williams will try and straighten them up and smarten them up at quarter time. So all may not be lost.
So Malcolm Blight quickly out to talk to his boys. They did pretty well in that quarter. 5 goals to 2. So it is a 15-point lead at the first change. 5-2 to 2-5.
Here's a couple who bought a renovator's delight. While they're proud of the breakthrough they've made,
Put in some French doors and then pave the courtyard.
not everybody shares their vision. And here's the Mitre 10 specialist.
Let's start with Accent. It's good value. It's our own brand. Great range of colours.
From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
You can see it, can't you, darling?
Yeah. It'll come.
Girlfriend cooked dinner again last night.
McDonald's Massive McMuffin, the biggest McMuffin ever.
Fly in for new winter fashions at Peter Shearer for smart casual jackets, quality knitwear, and the latest leather and suede. Peter Shearer Winter Fashions, well worth the trip.
The sponsors of the mighty Camry Crows are hot to go. It's the hottest start to the season with the hottest sales ever. With the latest limited edition Crow Celebration Camry. Only 100 are available. Air-conditioned, automatic and packed full of Camry extras. $2,500 worth in fact. All for only $500 extra. This is a limited edition Camry Crow special offer. Get one while they're hot because they're hot to go. Only at your South Australian Toyota dealer.
The Pizza Haven Big Serve. 2 large pizzas and a Black Forest cake, all for $18.95 delivered.
If you reckon tennis is hard, you should try doing it in a wheelchair. That's why Pizza Haven is donating $1 from every Big Serve to assist athletes with disabilities. These guys are champions. They deserve your support.
For your Pizza Haven, call up Pizza Haven tonight.
KG and Cornsey, 4 to 7 weeknights, more football.
Mom, look at me. Mom, look at me. Mom, look at me. I'm going really far. Mom, I'm going really, really far. Super far.
Tonight.
May I see your invitation, please?
Sure. Here's my invitation.
From Oscar-winning director James Cameron comes his giant action thriller.
Press the button for the top floor, please.
The world's on the brink of destruction.
Are we gonna die?
Yep.
And only one secret agent can save it. Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's not like he's saving the world or anything.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What can I say? He's fine.
True Lies, tonight, 8:30 on 7.
Jam-packed house here at Football Park for Showdown 5. The record was the first one. 47,000. I wonder if they'll beat it today. And quarter time here, and the Crows used the ball better, 5-2 to Port 2-5, who had certainly had a lot of attack. Curls and Abba.
Yeah, thanks, Drew. Mark Williams, he was actually quite happy with the intensity, which what they set out to do. Also happy with Shaycock and 2 Collins and Warren Treadway. The only targets, they'll get much more of a chance with a win this quarter.
Malcolm Blight spent a lot of time with his ruckman, bit concerned in that area.
Franco, another touch out of the middle. Bassett comes up the ground, he fumbles the mark. Treadway, that's another miss.
Yes, and Mark Williams wouldn't be pleased to see Nathan Bassett leading Warren Treadway to that ball. Had he marked, would have tidied it up nicely. But again, we've seen Treadway has now moved back to full forward. Barnaby French is playing at centre-half forward.
Goodwin kicks in. Fan from the huddle. French puts the spoil on. Rashudo does brilliantly. 25-metre hand pass. Oh, landed on its point and away from Johnson. Gallagher. The youngster picked up in the draft last year. David Gallagher's kick. Oh, McLeod was in no position to mark. But here's a class act. Andy McLeod just beats the tackle with the hand pass away. Johnson just. Bit of trouble now. Pittman back on. Wrestled all the way to the ground, and the umpire will ball it up.
Yes, that match-up with Wanganeen and McLeod is actually hurting Port Adelaide. Gavin Wanganeen just one kick for the game. He's so important. He's not able to run as freely from half-back through the centre. I think Port Adelaide are losing a lot of drive because of it.
Kim Costa looked all right there after treatment for his shoulder. Kicked by Kingsley over the wing. James. Hart.
Too easy.
Gallagher. Penetrating kick. Robrin in front. Can't quite complete the mark. Franco's hand pass. Oh, Holt, a bit of a fumble. He's lost it. Guess who's got it? Jarman. Kick smothered. Comes back to Polk.
Well done. He's a go, the kid.
Jared Polk's kick up towards centre wing. Close to the boundary line. French. Well done for a rower. And the ball out of play.
Well, the thing about Barnaby French is he makes the contest. He's learning the football trade as he goes. His disposal then probably not as crisp as it needed to be. But Jared Polk made the mistake initially, but the smother and followed up.
French used his body well on Pittman. Comes to Gallagher, and that'll be a ball up.
I've just been watching Gavin Wanganeen. He certainly wants to get into the play, and now with the change now, Johnson changing in at Ruckroven here with McLeod. He's forced too far back in the fence. Maybe put him up forward, even running the ball for 5 or 10 minutes. Get him into the game.
Chad Corn still waiting for his first run. Nervous father waiting for his son's debut up here. Tackling going on all around the ground.
Yes, I don't think it's a great spectacle of football, but it's a great spectacle of the tough things, the 1% things, and that's what's causing so many of the errors. It's a game that's riddled with mistakes at the moment, but I think it's more to do with the pressure both teams are applying.
14 points the difference. Crows in front. Bickley runs into trouble. Franco again. Well, that's getting the hands free in the tackle. Prosciutto down the line with a good hand pass. Kept in by McLeod? No, just over the line.
Oh, dear. If anyone could keep it in, he would have.
Prosciutto's given the Adelaide Crows plenty of drive from that back line now. His handball has been absolutely fantastic today so far, and he does kick the ball very long. He's been a dangerous player.
Lade just took his eyes off it at the crucial moment. Burgoyne, very well played. Wanganeen's kick out wide. Dew, a fumbled mark. What's that kick? Back towards half-back, Stewie Dew. Drop mark by Caven could be costly. Ball spills out. Brewer. Some sort of a hand pass wide. And out of bounds off Eccles. Curls?
Yeah, it's good to see Mark Williams, taking the attack to the Crows. He's not playing a defensive game plan, it's an attacking game plan.
Half forward for Port. Pickley in the direction of Robrin. He waits down doing the jostling. Stevens contesting. Lade pulled up his kick. Comes to Robrin. He's got McLeod inboard. Stevens. Pittman goes past McLeod. For Jarman.
Too good.
Well, he was too good. There was a fair bit of hands on body on body happening in the one-on-one there, but Darren Jarman just able to work his way to the front of it, and for the first time today, just cleanly outpointed Michael Wilson, who's been very, very good.
Yeah, I think Michael Wilson, too, on that occasion, tried to fill for Darren Jarman, and Jarman just slipped him, and Jarman just a class act.
That's his first mark today. Perfect kick for goal.
Your $1 million chance, what number do you need to call? If you answered 1902-554-676, the million could be yours.
Register now. Even if you've registered before, you need to register again.
Be watching Monday on 7.
It's all about the great Australian dream.
Finding the perfect home.
Well, their dream has gone slightly south.
Is one of life's biggest challenges.
Oh, they're going to be really big pig.
Hot Properties starts Tuesday on 7.
20-point lead now to the Crows. Laid gets the ball down. Kingsley, good long kick. That's gone on high. Bassett the mark.
Mark Williams would be really worried about this. He's just, his half forwards and his full forward line are not making a good enough contest when the ball comes into the area.
They're winning the ball out of the centre put out, they by a mile.
That kick actually was too long for the forward, so there might be more in this cruise than looks by looking at the flags. Franco, Rashudo.
Yeah, did he have it long enough? He certainly juggled it 2 or 3 times, but quite courageously dropping into the hole. Bruce Abernathy?
Yeah, you just mentioned the forward line there. Last week against Melbourne, when they actually got in touch, Port Adelaide 3 or 4 times went up forward, and there wasn't even a Port Adelaide player completing, which greatly disappointed Mark Williams, and I'm sure it'll be the same situation today.
Well, Curls, you've just called what Cornsey up here wanted to hear. The young Chad Corns is about to come on for his first run.
Yes, and I guess there'd be a few little butterflies in the tummy.
What's it like that?
Whose tummy?
Yours and his.
How do you feel, Graham? How do you feel about it?
Apprehensive. He's obviously going to go forward. He has to try and make an improvement there, so it's a big task. Shane Brewer doing well there.
Got through that pack beautifully. It's great play by Goodwin. He's played a couple of premierships in his first 30 games of football. Whistle's gone.
Oh, what are they called? It's a throw. They've called a throw.
Yeah, so it's a Port free kick right in front to Dew. Goodwin, he missed with the fist.
French shot. Chad Corns on.
So here's number 35. Chad Corns about to get his first go. 19-year-old making his debut. Stuart Dew kicks for goal and has missed the sitter. You couldn't believe he could miss it there. Ever?
Just Graham Corns. You can start barracking for Port Adelaide about now, mate.
Yeah. I need a bit of support.
Thanks, Abba.
Long kick. That's not a bad kick. It's actually across the breeze to that side. Free kick. It's going to be, advantage, is it? Smart, yes. Advantage paid. Over the wing. Johnson from behind. He got cleaned up. Bickley to the 50.
Yeah, good. Jared Polden standing tall, taking a good mark.
And away to Wilson. Kick by Wilson. Smart wrestles his man to the ground. Crows have it. James steps away from trouble. Beautiful play. Into Gallagher. Dew meets him. Down goes Gallagher, but Bickley is there. The hand pass to Rashudo. Rashudo straight up the corridor. Jarman. The punch. Polton. Going okay. First season player. Wilson. The hand pass flipped up. Through Nick Stevens it goes. Franco centre wing. To centre half forward. Corns in the chop. Hands to it. Couldn't quite take the mark. Off it comes to Gallagher. Well, they're going backwards though, the Crows. Hart gives chase. Here goes Corns, number 35. Well done, son. Dew has it. Can kick a country mile. Centering ball. Treadray. Almost. Bassett. Back to James. 19-point lead to the Crows. Young David Gallagher floats a beautiful hand pass to Hart.
Yeah, the Crows' defence is just too tough at the moment.
Polton running out of room, but did well along the line. Gets it back. Well done, Jared Polton. But a poor old kick to the 50. That's disappointing. Gallagher flips the ball up. Rashudo, good hands. Smart. Robert butt position. The two James boys. Rather the Bond boys, and the ball out of play.
Jared Schofield off and Derek Murray coming on too, so a couple of youngsters in Port Adelaide's forward line.
Well, Chad Corns has gone the full forward. Nathan Bassett is his opponent.
Good luck.
Burgoyne palms the ball across to Wanganeen. Might have been legged. He touched the ball. Great play, Gavin Wanganeen. Out to Dickey. He has kicked it a mile. Well, if they kick their footing here, they're a chance for it. But Bassett first to it. Solid Shepherd just behind the ball, and Corns was upended, and the ball out of play. Is your heart settled a bit, Dad?
Yeah, well, it is a bit tense. I don't mind. I'm not quite sure where I should be looking.
Girls?
Yeah, I think we're seeing why the Crows' defence has been the best in the comp in the last couple of years.
Burgoyne, very clever skills. Franco again. they work that well. Dew. Just across the face, and he's missed again. So he's kicked 1 goal 3, Stewie Dew.
It's not for the want of effort. Port Adelaide are really having a go, and in fact both teams are. It's really a battle of defences. Crows certainly more efficient though when they go forward.
2 goals 8 power. James just in time. Back to Goodwin. Great running by Caven. Well, he can go all the way. Got no chance of catching him from behind. Lade giving chase. Caven's kick.
Bond.
Umpire will ball this up. It's about 25 metres from goal.
There's now, as we speak, as that play went forward, David Pittman coming off for a rest. It seems to be planned. After about 10 minutes, Pittman goes to the bench and Matthew Golding goes on.
McLeod ridden to the ground by Wanganeen. It spills to Eccles. Offline.
Look, it was brilliant ruck work by Matthew Robin with that left-handed tap back to Andrew McLeod. Andrew Eccles not able to straighten up on his left leg, unfortunately, for Adelaide.
Just freaking the difference between the two sides at the moment has been the way the Crows have used the football when they've gone forward. They've always found a teammate. On the other hand, Port Adelaide have turned the football over.
Kick close to the line to Wilson. Kick by Wilson along the centre wing. Well, here's a mismatch in size and probably speed as well. But height is going to win on this occasion with Robert. Good hands, Nigel Smart. Into Bickley. Mark Bickley's kick. Bond.
Matthew Robin really keeping the Crows in front, in command in this game. He outpointed Donald Dickey in the one-on-one, and the use of the ball. Mark Bickley just lifting the eyes. Good presence from Troy Bond.
So Troy Bond from 45 metres. He's holding up at that end, but it just gets there.
It's not. Sorry. It was an unlikely goal had he kicked it, but dear me.
Well, it's so crowded here today, they're 2 to a seat. Michael Wilson out of the back pocket. Now the Power have got to use the advantage of the breeze in this quarter. They're 20 points down at the moment, and we have just under 10 minutes remaining. Gee, they need to finish this half off well.
Some of those kickouts, it's interesting. Matthew Robin is getting right back across the wing, and on the second contest, the second kick, he's been able to hold it in twice or keep it in twice.
Lade. Josh Franco again. Little hand pass up was good to Kingsley. Prosciutto close to the boundary line. He did well to keep that in, but Lade at centre wing. Good mark. Into the centre corridor. Brewer. Mead. And not bad for the forwards. Cockatoo Collins is there. Well done, Corns. Cornsy.
Well, they held it in there. Warren Treadray just dropping back. He looked like he had to sit there. The long kick, it can do some damage sometimes, but if you just blast it forward, it just gives the opportunity too much to the defenders to get underneath it and lock it in.
Ball knocked out by Golding. Remarkable story, elevated off the rookie list.
He's not 19. In fact, his birthday's on the 30th of December. He could almost be an under 18 again.
And what a size. Wait till he grows up. Well, both ruckmen tried to take clean possession. Golding's got it. Ball pinned to him.
Good hard tackle by young Warren Treadray. Strong grab.
A touch high in replay, you would have thought.
A real scrap. Chuck a blanket over a dozen players here. Oh, here's a chance now. Well, Prosciutto was the man who did something about it. Murray got a little touch in there, but couldn't create anything. Well, now comes the Crows' way. Edwards, centre circle, Roderick. Johnson. This time he couldn't take them up, gentlemen. Nigel Smart, while we were on the bench. Smart gets the goal.
Here's a couple who bought a renovator's delight. While they're proud of the breakthrough they made,
Put in some French doors and then pave the courtyard.
not everybody shares their vision. And here's the Mitre 10 specialist.
Let's start with Accent. It's good value. It's our own brand. Great range of colours.
From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
You can see it, can't you, darling?
Yeah. It'll come.
Nigel Smart with dash from the wing to kick a fantastic goal there. And they've busted this open a bit. They lead by 26 points now, the Crows. Hickley's kick partly smothered. Burgoyne. He just popped that up in the air and said to the forwards, mark that. Corn's got a bit of a touch to it. The ball's flipped through the back. He's due. And no.
He's kicked it. He's kicked it. He's kicked it.
Last he's got one. 2 goals from 3.
Well, there's nothing in the game. There's nothing in the contest at all. The scoreboard is saying a little bit differently, but it's a real arm wrestle. The Crows have been more efficient going forward. That's a good reply from Adelaide, and Stewie Duke crumbing like all good forward line players should be doing. Running onto it, not convincing in the final shot for goal.
Frank with good hands. Yeah, good hands, Frank, with their quantity. Yeah. But once again, as you said, Graham, before, they're just banging the ball along and just hoping. I think a bit off trying to find a target. In the meantime, young Chad Corn's had a bit of a breather, and Barnaby French back on the ground.
And here he is. He's not even in the foreground. He's so far out of the play, French, out near the wing, 50 metres from anyone. Burgoyne out of the middle. This looks promising. Cockatoo Collins. He really stretched the hammies to get to that one.
Well, he's led to the right pocket, deep in the right pocket, but he'll have the breeze over his right-hand shoulder. They've given him plenty of space out there. Still a fair way from goal.
Still led very wide, Graham, as well. I mean, I'd like to see him come down the centre of the ground, but then again, the guy come to the centre where he was running. Yeah.
You lead where there's space, Doug. Yep. You lead to the teammate's leg. And with the breeze behind him, it's not an impossible. In fact, it's not a difficult shot for goal even.
Well, after struggling for so long, could Port get their second goal in a minute? Cockatoo Collins, 49 metres. That's away to the left.
As he started left, and it went further left.
One goal, one and one out of bounds.
Graham, at least I left you on longer in your first game.
Thank you, girls. Yeah. There was an interchange in those days, though.
I just reckon, Drew and Cornsey, that I reckon Port Adelaide has slaughtered them out of the centre. I'd like to see the stats at half-time, because they've got the ball out of the centre on most occasions. Not using the ball correctly, but.
So margin back to 19 points now. Kane Johnson. Hart, 30 metres in the clear, Ben Hart. Maybe they couldn't see him, he was so close to the boundary line. Oh, this is killing them. Into Edwards.
They worked it so well from the kickoff. It was a set play. They had a group of Crows players. The kickoff was accurate, and then the second and third movements, they were just outnumbered. And even though they're small kicks, the disposal was accurate. Tyson Edwards will kick from about 44, 45 metres perhaps. Into the breeze, though.
Golding off, Pittman back on. Edwards, pretty close to the man on the mark. Didn't quite make it, and off the hands and through for a minor score.
And you get some idea from that kick that the breeze is having some effect. Tyson Edwards is a good kick. Breeze held up, and from 45 he couldn't make the distance, and Port Adelaide able to rush it through.
So still nearly 6 minutes to go in this quarter. Wind-assisted time for Port. They need to get 3 or 4 goals on the board before the siren for half-time. Oh, Dickey's kick smothered by Smart. Well done, Nigel Smart. I think you might start the 18 next week.
Well, he's played well. It's an interesting contest on that wing. Donald Dickey's had his opportunities, not able to take the ball cleanly or dispose of it cleanly. His stats show 10 possessions, but not many of them clean. And Nigel Smart, just the 4.
Shuto caught in a good tackle. They're going backwards in possession, the Crows. Now James, straight up the ground. Johnson, still in the centre circle. Goal before half-time or 2 would be crucial if the Crows could manage them. Fitly tried to beat the punt. He is gone.
Port Adelaide have put Barnaby French into the ruck, and Brendan Lade's gone to the forward pocket.
Beautiful tackle there by Kingsley. Kick by Kingsley. Just left his man, took the mark. Over the top, Edwards. Caven kept coming, as they do. Pittman, outside 50. The two Bonds are matched up in the goal square, but he comes outside the centre corridor to Jarman.
That was Michael Wilson. Can we see that in replay? Caught under the ball. Darren Jarman not happy. He said, you could have got it to me quicker, but look at the effort here from Wilson. Eyes on the ball, doesn't know what's coming. All he had to do was make the contest. He did it superbly.
Really great play by Wilson. Norwich Rising Star winner. Wanganeen, a little hand pass to Wilson.
Toe poke. The absolute definition of the word toe poke.
Yeah. Nick Stevens.
What's happened here so far? Both sides had 12 scoring shots. It's been decision making by Adelaide side when they go forward. Has been 100% better than Port Adelaide. Their use of the ball has been first class, the Crows.
Pittman just back on. Taken away by Johnson. Pickley had to stretch for it. Oh, Robert, he'll kick a goal.
There it again.
There it is.
Welcome to your Osborne Hotel. Open 7 days.
I bought this bottle of Baileys.
$26.99.
West End draft cartons. $24.99. Queen Adelaide Range. $5.99.
Buy your Cointreau, sip and save.
$34.99.
Killawarra Brew.
$7.99.
Sip and save.
If you like to sip and you want to save, you can't go past your local Sip and Save.
Matthew Robin's second goal. He's having a very good game. He's been up and down this year, been under pressure from the coach, standing tall today.
Margin back out to 26 points. Big break in a game like this.
Derek Murray, well done, son.
Yeah, terrific tackling from behind. James goes Dew, and Dew lays a second tackle and a third. Pittman and Dew a fourth tackle. Franco was good. Murray out to Nick Stevens. Stewie Dew, who's been wayward in front of goal. A raking kick, this one. Offline again.
Gee, there's some good work from Derek Murray there. Nothing crisp or clean. He just made the contest, dived on the ball, patted it out. Watch him here, Derek Murray. Look, just got it out from nowhere.
Number 41, playing his second game from the Murray Bushrangers in Victoria. Actually comes from Lavington. Centering ball to Nick Stevens. And Stevens, the hand pass back. French. Golding's back on the ground. Prosciutto. Oh, straight ahead football. McLeod. Eccles followed up. Kick by Eccles. Gets to the back to Bond. They charge onto it. Bit of a fumble. Paxman. Wanganeen round the boundary line. Well, it's not a bad solution there because they were under pressure.
You see the Crows, they go right through the centre of the ground, down the corridor as we call it, you know, towards their forward line. On the other hand, Port Adelaide get it, they go wide. They've been forced to go wide to the pressure of the Adelaide Crows.
Wanganeen, Berry. Bond.
Player stopped then, I thought.
Yeah. Kick by Stevens, was partly touched. Brewer. Stevens followed up. And now Murray again.
Yeah, Gavin Wanganeen, he's just had the 3 possessions. One kick and 4 handballs. He's really playing a defensive role. I think Mark Williams will be looking to get him forward into the centre of the action somehow. He's one player who can make a difference for Port Adelaide.
Well, Franco will take the free kick here. He didn't have the football.
Reverse that now.
Mark Bickley said, what's going on? He just tackled him.
Franco, 19 disposals in the first half. And we've still got 2.5 minutes to go. Brewer. Murray.
I like this kid.
Third groin. James floats one over the top. McLeod back at half-back. Great. Edwards, just good vision, good disposal. Now Prosciutto needs to beat a man here. Polton did well, very well. Gee, that was good. Now Port have it. Murray, kick by Murray. Cockatoo Collins well in front of his man. And what Polton did in midfield might result in a goal.
Jared Polton, he is a desperate player. And Derek Murray, he's been around the ball when it's come in. And Shea Cockatoo Collins has gone short to Matthew Bode.
A bit of layer rise had come into play there, the Crows, on that occasion. They've gone forward fairly easily, and Mark Mashuda got caught up with that handball to young Gallagher. He run enormous pressure.
Interesting that Shea Cockatoo Collins didn't want to kick the ball from here. He's no further out than Matthew Bode. Probably on a slightly better angle with the right foot.
Stretch him, Cornsey, distance.
Matty Bode, you wouldn't think. A huge kick.
Right on 50, right in front.
Looks all right. Looks all right. Looks all right.
Honey, you sure you know where you're going?
Sweetheart, it's me driving.
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Must be his first time on a bike. Dad! Huh? Who's up for a sandwich?
At Amy, we know there's a lot of bad luck going around. So when you've held a rating 1 for the last 3 years without making a claim, we believe it should be yours for life. So don't be penalised for a bit of bad luck. Switch to Amy now.
Don't you just love this country?
Lucky you're with Amy.
Back in the middle, and Matthew Bode getting the distance from 50 comfortably. What an important goal that was for Port. Margin back to 19 points. McLeod cornered near the centre circle. Out to Smart. It is holding up, going that way. Punched out of the air by Daniels. Polton, who set up that previous goal with tackling in midfield. Now whistle's gone. It's going to be a Port free kick. Comes to Polton.
He was very lucky to have been left out of Port Adelaide's team a few weeks ago. When he comes back into the team, you can see why they like him. His endeavour and his desperation.
Burgoyne. Last minute of the first half. Port need another goal before the siren. Michael Wilson runs onto it. Jarman. Well, he sips the tackle of Jarman. That could be important in the overall. Now to Nick Stevens. Stevens looking to set up. He comes out wide to the pocket.
Well, good vision. Brendan Lade is a massive kick. It's not a good angle. He's looking to hand off. But he'd be better to settle, just go back and drive the ball. The left-hand goalpost is...
He doesn't know. Only about 10 seconds to go. The breeze will help it in. It'll go left to right from here.
That's all he has to do. Put it into the air. Left-hand goalpost.
Lade. Good-looking kick. The breeze didn't get hold of that as much as we thought it might. And the ball is through for a minor score. Well, encouraging signs just in the last few minutes there of the first half for Port Adelaide, because at one stage the margin got out to 36. Now it's just 26. Now it's just 3 straight kicks the difference. And they've wasted their chances with 4 goals 11, while the Crows have kicked 8-5. It's 53-35.
Good afternoon. In 7 Nightly News, an Adelaide grandmother tells of a terrifying attack by 2 youths which has left her with several broken bones. The attackers fled with her handbag containing just $50. That exclusive story at 6. Also, the death toll from the latest London bomb blast rises to 3. Police have arrested a 20-year-old man. And NATO admits another bombing blunder which has cost the lives of at least 60 civilians.
How does it happen? You're racing a fuse or printing the news, and you strain till you think that you'll burst. You sure got a thirst. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Victoria Bitter. It can come at any time. You're taking a vow or chasing a cow. Matter of fact, I got it now. Victoria Bitter.
Take a drive through the eastern suburbs and keep going. Test drive Spring Hill, arguably Adelaide's most prestigious land release. Spring Hill Golden Grove, more livable than the eastern suburbs and far more affordable.
Cornsey. 4 to 7 weeknights. More football.
The sponsors of the mighty Camry Crows are hot to go.
3 in a row!
It's the hottest start to the season with the hottest sales ever. With the latest limited edition Crow Celebration Camry. Only 100 are available. Air-conditioned, automatic and packed full of Camry extras. $2,500 worth, in fact. All for only $500 extra. This is a limited edition Camry Crow special offer. Get one while they're hot because they're hot to go. Only at your South Australian Toyota dealer.
It's autumn. Time for the Truscott Hi-Fi Autumn Sale. Time to rake in the bargains with Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms. Like this Sanyo G-Code Stereo VCR. This Hitachi LCD camcorder. This JVC Dolby ProLogic 3-disc mini Hi-Fi. And this Sony 80cm stereo TV. With Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms, you can rake in the bargains during Truscott's Autumn Sale.
What do you call a place positioned so perfectly, so privately, that it almost defies description? We've called it the Sanctuary, Spring Hill. Discover our new land release, Spring Hill's finest.
Saturday, May 8th is McHappy Day, which means $1 from every Big Mac sold will help seriously ill children through Ronald McDonald House Charities. So come to McDonald's on McHappy Day, Saturday, May 8th.
Well, it's a funny old game of football. Not all that spectacular, but plenty of pressure. And the Crows led by 15 at quarter time, and then Port had the breeze in the second quarter, but the Crows outscored them again to lead by 18 at half-time. It's 8-5 to a wasteful 4-11 by Port Adelaide. Now let's have a look at the goal kickers, and Robrin has kicked 2 for the Crows, and the double goal kicker for the Power is Stewie Dew, but I've got him for 2 goals 4, so he could have been anything to half-time. Well, Hawk, let's look at some of the highlights in the first half, and before the game we were talking about how the Crows bring the ball from deep in their back line and kick long to get it to forward, and this is exactly what they did. For Hart to kick a goal.
No doubt, Drew. And it all started with Mark Visciuto kicked the ball 60 metres in on that occasion where James probably could have took that mark, but Ben Hart's gave him plenty of run. But when I talk about Mark Visciuto, his opponent's been Stuart Dew, who you just touched on, kicked 2 goals 4, could have been 4 or 5 goals, and been a great player in their forward line, and probably could have punished Visciuto by going forward.
But then Mark Williams surely will be talking about how Port overpossessed the ball. They're going round in circles, mate.
Well, they're going back to their old habits. When you're under a little bit of pressure, and it does happen to sides, Drew, when you're under pressure, you do go short. And here's Josh Franco, who's been a very good player. He's probably had 23 touches already up to half-time, and just overuse of the football once again. And Jared Polton's been a very good player down at the half-back line, gave him plenty of drive. And this is the first time they found a target, and Cockatoo Collins has been pretty good up in the forward line. He's given plenty of opportunities to kick the ball to him, but still hasn't finished off his good work. He's kicked 1 goal, 2 as well.
But it's all very well to go long if you've got a target up there. North can go long, they've got Carey. You'd have Treadray further up the ground in the goal square.
They tried French down there, they had young Corns, they've given him a crack as well. And what they've done now, they put Murray down there, they put Bode down there and Dew. So what it appears now, they're going to just bomb the ball in long and hope those smaller crummer type players can get the ball and kick them goals for them.
Well, the Crows tried a bit of over-possessing as well, but I suppose that's the sort of pressure that both sides are applying here. There's a little bit zigzag, but it finished up in a goal.
Yeah, the thing is, Drew, with the Adelaide Crows, when they do zigzag the ball around, they find their targets. I mean, they're very good with the use of the football. Here's Nigel Smart, who started on the bench, came onto the ground, and is playing on a wing where he normally plays in the back line or goes forward. So they got the ability, the luxury of having a player like Smart on the bench as well. And Brett Burton is a very good player, hasn't had a run on the ground yet.
Well, let's have a look at these match stats, and the Power probably should be a lot closer, if not even in front. Inside 50 is 26 all, so it's amazing that it's 18 points the difference.
And I really can't work out the centre breaks here, Drew. I said during the first quarter, and I just thought that the centre breaks were all going Port Adelaide